Why do you think people are looking to set relational boundaries in their lives?
I think most of the time, unfortunately, a lot of the need to set relational boundaries comes out of boundaries being crossed.
Yes.
Now, like I said at the beginning, that could be ignorance on our part for not understanding our own personal boundaries, like doing that investigation personally and saying, okay, this is a line, this is a line, this is a line, and understanding that about ourselves so that we can communicate that with the person we're dating or married to.
Yeah.
I want you to know what's a boundary for me so that you don't cross it. And I feel safe. It's my duty to tell you about it and make sure that you understand where's a no-go zone.
So would you say when people feel upset, they need to examine what's going on so they can see, why am I upset? And is this potentially a boundary that's being crossed?
Yeah, that can definitely go along with investigation. But going back to your question, though, I think we're unaware, so we feel the need to set up boundaries. The negative to that, and this is why I said it was unfortunate that this is the case, that we're setting up or feeling the need to set up boundaries in relationships because of our unaware nature to what our own personal boundaries are. It's unfortunate because now it's a defense mechanism. And I think anytime you set up defense mechanisms in a relationship, there can be perceived on the other side of that relationship an attack. Anytime you try to defend yourself, you're blaming the person or you're accusing the person of attacking you. They might not have done anything wrong or necessarily wrong if it's a boundary that was unknown, that you didn't communicate to them, this is a line. Maybe they were going too far in their sarcasm.
Yeah.
Where they were seriously just joking. They were just trying to poke at you and just trying to, maybe that was their way of flirting. I'm guilty of that. And you hadn't set up a boundary like, hey, I don't joke in that way.
Right.
Now that you're wanting to set up those boundaries as a defense, now that person feels like they've done something wrong.
Yes.
So a better way maybe to mitigate that feeling in the relationship is to say, hey, I don't think that you meant to hurt me in this way, or I don't think you meant to cross a boundary that I hadn't communicated with you, but I really want to, from now on, set a boundary where you don't joke and poke at me in this sarcastic way, because it just kind of hurts me. And I didn't communicate that to you. I should have. Honestly, I didn't discover that boundary until you did it, but I really think it's a boundary that I don't want to be crossed in our relationship.
I love that.
Now, that's a perfect way of communicating it. It might not come off in that exact way, depending on who you're in relationship with. They might be like, but that's how I talk. And they have their own issues to work through and growth to be had. But that's the way I would come at it from, hey, this is my bad. I didn't do investigation. I didn't know my own personal boundaries, so I didn't communicate them to you. So you didn't do anything wrong. But from now on, do you mind not crossing this boundary that now I'm setting up? Instead of, we need to set up boundaries. What are you talking about? You know?
I like that so much because that's me. I'm always like learning about myself, even at the age that I'm at now. And it's helpful to know that I can set things up as I go, because that's how I roll. I find things out and I'm like, okay, I probably should do something about this.
Yeah.
So that's encouraging.